I got to talk about the Big Three conversation.
Okay.
I watched your conversation with Cam earlier today.
You didn't watch the conversation with Cam. Unfortunately, you watched clips.
I watched clips of the conversation with
I'm
Cam.
like, man, shout out to Cam. Like, but man, just drop the whole thing. Because the joint don't come out till like tomorrow night, I think.
Okay.
On TV, and then they put it out on YouTube the next day.
Gotcha.
But in my mind, I'm like, bruh, just because even the clips, I seen
no
the clip.
context in it?
Bro, first of all, there's no context in the clip, and they're clipping the clip. They're editing the clip.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, in my mind, I'm just like, no, you didn't see. You saw a clip where they then edited it.
Well, there's one clip
but go ahead.
we talk about, you spoke to Drake and Kendrick since the whole thing has went down. And there's definitely a few lines, few songs, few things I just want to get your perspective on because, again, we haven't seen the full video yet. But there's a line that Kendrick said, during, I want to say during Not Like Us, when he said, did Cole foul? I don't know why you pretending. And I never really understood what that meant.
I honestly don't know either. Like I can't tell you.
Okay.
I don't know. You know what I mean? But I couldn't tell you. If I could tell you, I would tell you.
The relationship has definitely had to shift, had to be different than it was, 10 years ago, a couple years ago now.
Talking about the relationship?
Yeah, with
on
Drake
my side,
and Kendrick.
no, I actually don't know.
Really?
Like on my side, absolutely not.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I feel the same way. But I can't, a relationship is two ways. So I actually couldn't sit here and tell you like, I don't know how they feel about, about me. You know what I mean? I can genuinely tell you that. You know what I mean? But for me, it's the same.
So if there was an olive branch to be reached between all three, you know what I'm saying? Like, would you be the
all
one
three?
to sort of, yeah.
Like all ways of the three?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like it's the connective tissue between the two.
I would love that, but I don't know
if Drake and Kendrick ever
That's
find
what
their
I'm
way,
saying.
but
like,
you know what I'm saying? You seem like the person who's kind of like Switzerland in the situation.
Oh yeah, I mean, but I would love that. You know what I mean? But I don't
foresee it.
Maybe in time, or something. You know what I mean? Not speaking for myself. I'm just putting myself in their shoes. Just like I don't know.
That's
you know what I mean? I don't know, and maybe they, I don't know.
I mean, listen, we've lived through a lot of great rap beefs over the years, and almost all of them we've eventually saw some sort of reconciliation, some sort of something where they're together. We've seen with Jay and Nas.
I would love it, bro. I would love it.
We've seen a lot of people, and you'd love to see it, but again,
yeah, I would love to see it. It would be a beautiful day. You know what I mean, for hip hop, and I think and for the world, if we got to see that moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think, but if I had to put money on it,
don't see it.
Not no time soon.
Yeah.
Maybe not at a time when we all like, that shit'll heal the world right now.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I mean? Like that shit'll do a lot right now. Like 5 years from now, I don't know if we gonna love to see it at any time.
Of course.
But right now it's like, yo.
Because every combination of y'all three made incredible music together, no matter when it was,
Not for sure. I mean, yes, I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cole is in Fayetteville, man. That's basically what he said, man. I'm in the Civic.
It's nothing I can really give you on that.
I'm in the Civic, man.
Even
in addition to that, man, just because it's a conversation that, everybody has taught to death for the past 2 years. And, people just pick up breadcrumbs throughout lyrics and throughout songs about just the relationship between the three. I think on Evil Ways, he says something like, Drake is in his devil state or something.
No, I didn't say devil. I said, I don't know the line. Something demon phase.
Demon phase.
Right,
That's what it was.
Right.
My fault. He says demon
yeah.
phase. You understand and all that type of stuff. And it's like, all three of y'all, man. I don't think there's an era of music in the past 2 decades without the three of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And now, post beef, post Not Like Us, post all this type of stuff, the dust is sort of settled. And you still don't really see if there's a way that they'll find themselves together. But Ja Rule was on the show a few months ago, and we talked about it, and he was just like, he doesn't think beef is really good for hip hop. He said, like, if we sort of take ourselves away from it and just look at everything that sort of happened since then, he's like, I don't think it's a net positive. What are your thoughts just as far as like everything?
I feel unqualified to even.
Oh, stop it.
No, I'm not.
You're very
I'm not playing
qualified.
with you. Nah, because it's like, yo, but you talking about the person that in the whole situation apologized. That's my what's gonna go down is my participation in that event.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
If I had my shoes on the other feet of somebody else, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear my opinion on whether I think beef is good or bad for hip hop. It's like, bro, it's like, it don't matter. Honestly, who gives a fuck? Actually, you know what I mean? If we really want to keep it real, but definitely who gives a fuck about my opinion? That's how I feel. It's like I would feel crazy to even sit up here and go, yeah, I think it's great for the culture. Boom, boom, nigga, you apologize. And I would feel crazy to sit up here and go, nah, I think it's a net negative for the culture. Nigga, you apologize. Like it's I'm not interested in hearing. I'm not interested in giving that to the world, and I doubt they interested in hearing it. You know what I mean?
Okay, no, I can respect that.
Such a good answer.
I can respect that. I mean, listen, I feel like as a fan of yours, I think even when it first happened and when you backed out and people were seeing all the crazy stuff being said about each other, a lot of people respected your foresight to just be like, you know what, I'm gonna fall back from this. This doesn't seem like it sits right with my spirit. And even, you know, I saw, you talk on the Deska as well. And you mentioned sort of like the process you went through with your wife and everybody before that apology took place, man. And it's just, I don't know. I feel like you're not giving yourself enough credit. I think people do want to kind of hear where you stand off, and because you had that foresight to be like, this doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, but that's all I can speak on. I can only speak on how I felt at the time, and it wasn't foresight in the sense of like I knew anything that was happening. I just knew how I felt. It wasn't foresight, it was hindsight, if anything.
Okay.
It was like, oh God, I can just feel how I feel. You know what I mean? On my heart and on my spirit. So it's like, there was no magic ball that I knew. I had no clue how that shit was gonna go. Like, to tell you the truth, I actually feel like how I probably thought it would go was a little more regular than even how it went. It outdid anything I could have imagined. You know what I mean? In terms of like how tense that shit got and how entertaining it got to the world. You know what I mean? It's like I couldn't have foresaw none of that shit. Like I just knew how I felt. So that's all I could speak to.
Got you.
Even me earlier speaking to them, whether they get back together or whatever, where they quit, I can't speak to that. Like even me saying I don't think so, it's like that, even that's silly. It's like, what the fuck do I know? All I can tell you is how I feel or how I felt and why I did what I did or why I do what I do. I can't speak. And yes, you're right. Does the world probably want to hear that? Maybe. You know what I mean? But I don't want to give it. And all it's going to do is feed the algorithm scavengers that fucking whole existence is predicated off of going through this interview where we saying a lot of real shit and just looking for the thing that they audience that don't give a fuck about none of us on these couches can grab and have a conversation about. There you go. So it's like, I'm not giving y'all that. Fuck out of here.
That's big. That's I
love that.
I got a different perspective. I said this earlier. Again, you know what I mean? Like I said this earlier, like in another episode when that shit was going on, and it was like the apology, right? And he's stamping what I felt at that time because it's like, yo, I'm not my part. I'm manning up to my part and what I did. I'm taking ownership as a man. I'm taking ownership as somebody who was trying to, I got other shit in my life that's going on. I got family, I got shit that's going on that I ain't really, he said he didn't know what was going on. I didn't know that shit was gonna play out the way it played out. So you know what? I'm gonna bow out gracefully. I'm leaving out of here because that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. So because I'm a man and going through this journey, I'm gonna say, yo, I apologize for any part that I played in the bullshit that's going on. For me, that's honorable. Like, however way some people take this shit is very honorable to just, in the heat of the battle like that. Now, the competition part of it is like, nah, Cole shouldn't have fucking apologized. Cole, we want to hear Cole shoot them shots, boom, boom, boom. You can't shoot and then take the bullet back. You get what I'm saying? That was the image, the message at that point in time, the responses that was coming back. Right. But when you get through the weeds and all of that shit, I'm my own man at the end of the day.
100%.
If I can stand on what I stand on, if I can see my vision, which I ain't see the 10-year vision for the fall off, but if I know my vision and I know my journey, I'm here to get better. I ain't here to bring the bullshit. I'm alleviate myself out of this. That takes more power and more vulnerability to make that decision in the heat of what the fuck was going on.
And be ready to take what comes with it.
And be ready to stand on it.
Right. The other part of it though too is like, you said it. You didn't realize how entertaining it would be, right? Like for all of us that consume, it's an entertaining, but there's a real person, a real artist. You know what I'm saying? Like that
when I say entertaining to the world.
To the world, correct.
For sure.
I know exactly what you meant when you said that. But there's a real person going through this. And I think when I think of your body work, and I'm gonna tell you this, Cole, I don't do a whole lot of new folks. You one of my artists that I will turn on the new stuff. I don't turn on new stuff too often, but when you drop something, I would check it out. And just listening to you on this couch today, like the body of work makes so much sense because it feels like you have taken us on a journey with you in each of these chapters of your life. Like I feel like I can still, like I can't listen to all these little young dudes. I just can't. But if you drop something, like we've grown up together, right? Like it is a story, and to make that decision in that moment was mature.
Absolutely.
That shows growth, right? So I remember when that happened, and I was like, what are y'all talking about? Like that's totally the move.
I appreciate it. And what I will say to that too is like, I appreciate the words that y'all saying, thank you. But I also feel a little conflict because like, yo, there's no part of me that did it. Y'all could be up here like, Cole, I was disappointed in you and boom, boom. And I'd be like, man, I respect that. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? It wouldn't affect me. I'm not looking for affirmation. I don't want no affirmation or praise. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that have said that to me. Yo, Cole, I respect what you did. And I do appreciate it. But just know, like, there's no part of me that want like a pat on the back for that. It's cool. Because all I did, and I did Cam interview, you've seen clips, but you ain't
just
seen
the clips.
Me and Cam go all the way. Like, he asked me and I gave him everything. You know, I have a hard time not being honest. Like if you ask me a question, I'm damn near a dangerous interview because it's like, I feel like I got to answer that shit with what's in my heart. And I gave Cam all of that. You know what I mean? So I don't want to say the exact same things that I said on Cam on here because it's there. But so when by the time this come out, people would have already seen that. But what I will say, just for perspective of you, because you ain't seen the Cam interview, you know what I mean? And for all of y'all, it's like, yo, I didn't just do that because it was like sitting wrong in my spirit. It didn't feel right. I did that because I was genuinely wrong.
Absolutely.
And this is why I was wrong.
Okay.
I didn't just do it because like, man, y'all, this don't feel right. No, I was in the wrong. And this is why I was in the wrong. One, I was in the wrong because I misrepresented myself and how I feel about this person to the world, period, point blank. That's the first wrong. But the wrong that supersedes that is the reason why I did the wrong. The reason why I did the wrong was the wrongest wrong of all. I did that wrong, misrepresented myself, boom, 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 because I was afraid that if I didn't come out and do something, at least say something, like at least try to make it seem like I'm doing this, then this thing that I've been working on for 8 years at the time, this album that I've been working on and was done at that time, will come out and they not gonna let me put it out.
The timing,
They gonna say, nope, we don't wanna hear it. Nah, nigga, you still ain't addressed, dude. We don't wanna hear that shit. So my fear of fucking up the public reception of this thing that I've been working so hard on, like looking back, I give myself a little grace. Like I understand why I had the fear. I've been working on it for mad long and I was also tired and exhausted. And my thought was, oh no, this shit that I've been doing that I'm so proud of, if I put this out without saying something, I did it for nothing, damn near. It's a bad, and that's a bad thought. That's a wrong thought. Because the true clear thought in that moment is, man, who gives a fuck? Like, this shit ain't about that. It's about this. The clear thought would have been, man, whatever they got going on, even if I was more directly involved in that, even if Kendrick Lamar would have came out of his mouth and been like, fuck J. Cole, boom, boom, boom. Even if that was the case, a clear version of me would have been like, man, let him have that. And he didn't do nothing close to that. And I still let the fear of what the perception would be on this album dictate my next move, which was a dumb move. Because now you got to stand behind this.
Yeah.
Forever, nigga. You got to stand by. You got to go pretend like this really represents you.
Right.
Unless, and I wasn't thinking this until an hour before I went on stage, unless you now come and correct how you feel to the same world that you misrepresented yourself, and to him as well. You know what I mean?